should happen is we should not even bother about this large number of political parties. Elsewhere, even in the America area we are talking about, it's not only Democrats and Republicans. You still have Green Party and a few others, and independent candidacy. I think we should allow this independent candidacy. Tí o bá fi pé o tó tán ládùúgbò, you are good. Àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ ẹ́ o dẹ̀ ṣe dáadáa. Àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ wọ́n wọ̀ ẹ̀yìn wọ́n rí pé ẹbí dáadáa ni. Jáde síta, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn politicians wọn ò fẹ́ ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ independent candidacy. Wọn ò fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn tó tán kan jáde síta. Tá a bá ṣe yẹn, ká jẹ́ káwọn independent candidates yẹn kó wà ní constitution wa. Kò ṣe pé bóyá party ló fàyàn sílẹ̀, party ló dìbò fún bí irú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ Sáméṣí and a few others. I think we will get there. Independent candidacy is very important. Then let parties not aspire to go to the national. Àwọn parties kan wà issues náà ń jà fún environment, local areas. Normally party wa yìí Olómọré láti fẹ́ fàyàn la fẹ́ jà fún nǹkan kan báyìí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ Olómọré. Tá a bá ṣe gbogbo yẹn àṣìmọ́mọ́ ní àwọn parties tó pọ̀ we still have all those parties in place.
Now, earlier on, Barrister, while you were talking, you talked about how we should demonetize our political system, or better still, how we should reduce the juicy packages our politicians get, when they occupy political offices. Now, don't you also think that it will also be very important that we also look at the aspect of the huge amount of money that goes into electioneering? And there was a time INEC was actually saying, they came up with a tracker that was to track, monies spent in the course of elections. Now, don't you think that is also part of the problem? Because if I have to spend huge sums of money, billions of naira, before I get to a particular office, the very first thing I'm going to do when I get to that office is to recoup my money.
Yes, absolutely correct. The straight answer to it is it should be cropped as well, but it's like a bandwagon effect. If the juicy part of the paraphernalia of the office is reduced, automatically there will be a bandwagon effect. If you know that your salary is going to be like, say, 500,000 naira per month, you will not spend 2 million to get there. It's just common sense, really. Because, it's like for every businessman, you're going to ask yourself, what do I have to gain? Assuming I even get in, really. So if what you are putting is not commensurate with what you are getting out, of course you pull out. It shouldn't make sense, really. So automatically, that is the way to go. Yes, it's the way to go. And then, well, if I may come in with the issue of independent candidacy, I think it is not the way to go. We have not seen anything yet. If we are still complaining that parties are too much, and we now do independent candidacy, we could have had up to 1,000 people for presidency, for instance. Going to be so much. And it is still in our electoral law that a party that does not win any national or state assembly election should be deregistered. It is still in our electoral law.
So everything is still based on party.
Yes, but as a lawyer, I can tell you that law is so weak, because that you are deregistered does not mean you can't be registered again. Deregister me, I will come back again. Reading that, when I read that law, I said this is a weak law, because once you just come to me, for example, and say that I did not win, no problem, remove me. But the law does not say that I can't come back again. So they should find a way to circumvent that kind of.
Anyways, when we are talking about election issues, political issues, and how to move Nigeria forward, we can spend the whole day to talk about it. Because there are so many things to talk about. We just pray that God will help us as a nation, and we also, as individuals, as nationals, we have our own roles to play too. Let us play our part and let God crown our efforts with success. We want to say a very big thank you to you for coming to give your thoughts and opinion on this issue, on how to move our electoral process forward. Of course, we have been speaking with Mr. Eddie Aino, who is a veteran broadcaster. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And
thanks for inviting me.
Also, Barrister Kayode Aderemi. It's a pleasure having you join us this morning.
I hope my brother will tap on the not too young to run, a law that has been approved. And it's true. Although you might argue that there hasn't been any significant inroads like Showore and all the Omoyele and all them, but I'm sure they have started somewhere. If that movement, I see it as a movement, if they pursue it very well, they will get somewhere.
And the Baba Sales are hearing us. Like Daddy has said, they can come and support you. We are ready. By the way, I ran before anyway.
Yeah.
We go on this break and come back. We have another guest and yet another topic to take a look at. Don't go anywhere.
They are here already.
No. Now my spirit there here. My body there for house. What kind of question is that? Were you not the one that fixed this meeting for 8 a.m.? You are now coming by 10 a.m. and start asking me jam questions.
But Chief, now, I'm sorry. Don't you also go late for meetings sometimes? You know now, African time.
No more African time. And no more pancaking of face during office hours. At the end of the day, we will lose valuable time. We will not make progress. If we want to move this nation forward, we must treat business as business and respect time. Change begins with me.
Thank you, sir. I am sorry. Can we go for the meeting now, Chief?
Later.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
I just want your papers, please.
Sir.
Salary don't enter. Yes, so. And month never even reach self. Na salary plenty, oh. No wonder I no gree collect Roger from my hand. Shut up, sir. I'm here to bail my younger brother.
Happen.
With good laws,
Proper funding,
training,
and cooperation.
if it happen.
Yes. One day as I did dab, they go. Now I see my neighbor on top electric pole. Don't be how my hold so. Before. So, climb every day. Come on, electric bill. You not gree pay. Waiting concern you for there. I beg you. Come over here. Government property. Now my property. If you don't come down now, I go report. Don't be only report. Now report card. Okay, oh. Dab 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 dab.
Make una no sit down look o.
Yes, welcome back. The program is still New Dawn Otojo right here on OGTV, and this is another phase of our discussion segment. I've got quite a number of guests also in the studio with me. It's the period of elections. We just talked about elections earlier on, and we are talking about yet another elections. Not general elections, not but the elections of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Ogun State chapter. Yes, coming up tomorrow. Yes, and then we have the three main chairmanship candidates, in that election in the studio with us. Now, all they are here to do is to tell us their plans on how to move NUJ Ogun State to a higher pedestal. Let me start by introducing Oluremi Olugbenro. Oluremi Olugbenro is actually from Paramount FM Chapel. It's a pleasure having you join us in the studio.
Thank you very much. I say good morning to our viewers at home.
Also, we have Abiodun Ogundipe. Abiodun Ogundipe is OGBC, Ogun State Broadcasting Corporation Chapel. Thank you so much for coming.
Good morning. It's a pleasure being on the program.
And to complete the team, we have Soji Amosu. He is actually of the NOA. It's a pleasure having you join us as well.
Thank you so much.
Now, like I said earlier on, they are all contesting for the post of the chairman of Nigerian Union of Journalists Ogun State chapter, and they are here to tell us their plans. So let me start with you. They say ladies first. So why did you in the first place, why do you want to contest? Why do you want to serve as chairman of NUJ Ogun State chapter?
Thank you. I want to contest the chairmanship post for the Nigeria Union of Journalists Ogun State Council. First, because I'm a journalist. I am a woman. I'm a journalist. I've been in the profession for a while, and I've been working with my colleagues, the male counterparts. We've been doing a lot of things together. I've covered various bits, and I've contributed towards moving the profession forward, towards the progress of the NUJ in Ogun State. And I feel it is the right time for women to take charge. I know that when women are in charge, there is always transformation. There is always the possibility for changing the system and putting things in the right perspective. Ogun State NUJ has for sometimes now been at a state where we need to move things forward a bit. The leadership had done a lot, but I feel we can do better. Oloremi Olugbenro and a group of wonderful people, wonderful colleagues in the NUJ, we are the transformation team, and we are out to transform Ogun NUJ. We have on our agenda major programs that we categorized under 3 topics. We are looking forward to rebranding Ogun NUJ. We want to rebrand the image, we want to rebrand the perception of the union by members of the public. We are also looking forward to ensuring sustainable welfare for members, to ensure that our members enjoy such programs that will make them to be professionals on the job, and to also ensure that they are proud to be members of the NUJ. When we talk of welfare programs, we are looking forward to ensuring that members enjoy training and retraining.
Okay, now you said part of your 3 major focus is welfareism, rebranding, and
introducing transparency and accountability in the management of the assets of the union for the benefit of members and the progress of the council.
Now, Mr. Abiodun, is that also what you are set out to do?
For me, the basic achievements my administration is looking for is to restore the old glory of NUJ Ogun State Council. I remember as a student, while we were still in school, we assigned the send us out on assignment to go and cover events with senior colleagues. You go to our secretariat, the Way for some activities to write your story, and you look up at that some members and say, this is a body I love to belong to when I grow up. Just like the guest you had earlier, Mr. Edia, you know, they were some of the people we were looking up to then, that when I grow up I want to belong to this union, I want to be like these people. But lo and behold, we are now in that profession. That glory is not there, and that is what my administration is looking to restore by the grace of God when we get to office. How do we restore this? We hope to equip our members better to perform their duties. In the last maybe a decade in Ogun NUJ, have we benefited any capacity development for members to improve their output from their work? No, that has been lacking, and that we want to bring back so members can be well fortified to perform their functions better. There are some programs that were happening in the past in Ogun NUJ that we have not been seeing. Programs like guest nights, interactions with personalities, where we rub minds and then we get information and stories to inform people. So those programs we are looking to bring back. Of course, our environment, the secretariat itself, needs a bit of pep up. We need to make it look better, look inviting. Imagine you get to our secretariat, we as journalists, we don't even have a place to sit, to work conveniently, a comfortable place, inviting. You don't get a place, you don't get materials to read, maybe you don't get a you even getting a newspaper to read in that place is not forthcoming. These are the things we need as journalists to work, because we are the one informing the people, and we need to be informed first. We need to return intellectual engagement to Ogun NUJ, because we are the people that relate between the government and the governed. And then if we don't get that knowledge to inform the people, and we are called the first sector of the realm. That means after the executive, the legislative and the judiciary arm of government. Next, we as the journalists, we are the one interacting with those three bodies and the government. So we need to be up and doing and make sure our members are well fortified, well informed, well prepared, and then they need to see us and see us as people of honor and respect. You need to go out and say you are a journalist, and then people need to respect you, like they respect doctors, like they respect engineers, like they respect lawyers and every other profession. Not looking at you and say, journalists, what do you want? What are you come for again? They need to respect you because you are doing your job properly, and those are the lost glories that we want to resort to again, and people see us and respect us.
Now, Mr. Soji Amosun, you are from a National Orientation Agency. What are those things that you have in plan for?
Well, let me first of all draw attention to one fact, that Ogbonge is the cradle of journalism.
It is the cradle of
journalism, where journalism started. As a result, Ogbonge serves a better union, the union that members can be proud of. So my intention for contesting as the chairman is to restore the lost glory, to restore sanity in NUJ. So we need to pep up the stage activity here, which we are now, and that's why I've decided to offer myself to, and our focus is not only on the facilities, it's also on the members. We want to reorientate our members to imbibe the values of journalism. I mean really accurate journalism. All professions have ethics. Also, journalism has its own ethics. So we want to empower members. We want to engender in them the values of real journalism. So that's why, aside from that, we also want to develop the facilities. As we are now, where we are occupied presently, it's not conducive enough for us to be called the cradle of journalism. As a result of that, we intend to develop a permanent secretariat where we have necessary features such as have an admin block there, we have a library, have a hall of fame where we can keep relics of the past and heroes of journalism, where we can provide the pictures and all that. We also want to have a research center where anything you want to know about journalism, particularly that relate to the state. We want to have a hall of fame, a research center, and aside from that, we also want to all work and no play makes Jack a double. We also intend to have a sporting facilities where people can at least spend their leisure time to enjoy themselves. Aside from that, some of our colleagues,
I looked at them and I said, look, you said you are a man, you cannot go in and see that gory picture of the incident. If I was able to do that, then what stops me from leading Ogun NUJ as the chairman of the council? Women have played great impact in Ogun NUJ. We have our women that have done so many things that are notable in the history, but there was never a time that we have a woman chairman.
And so you feel that this is the time for a woman to occupy that position?
Ogun State is known for recording firsts in almost everything. Why is it that we cannot produce a female chairman for Ogun NUJ? It is now, and we are making it happen. I know that members of the NUJ in Ogun State are ready to support a woman to become the next chairman, because we have a lot of things to do. My co-contestant said they are looking area of health, that when people need health care, they intervene. Intervene in what area? We are looking for an NUJ that will be able to provide members with the NHIS, the National Health Insurance Scheme. We've made contact, we've been to the offices, and we were made to know that when NUJ is able to put a little into it, definitely members can access it, especially those members that are not employed, that their employers are not doing the NHIS program for them in their places of work. Ogun State, we have intellectual members. Ogun Council is very rich, the Nigerian Union of Journalists. Do you know that we have employers in our midst? We are also looking forward to providing revolving loan for publishers. Publishers that will be publishing, and they will employ other members as journalists, as reporters to work for them. Thereby we create jobs for people, and we also sustain the profession. We are looking forward.
What are the needs? Because most times development needs always fail because those who are given the needs don't consult those who need and say, okay, in this area, let me build a school for you. Maybe rather in that area, maybe they need water. Or this area, let me put an hospital there. Maybe in that area, they need a school. So we are going to talk to our members on a regular basis and consulting them and say,